Bang.
Bang.
Bang, boom, bang.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, little rats. I'm Sam.
I'm Mel.
And I'm Tom. Thank you for including me.
Good man.
I got to still gesture to you. Come on.
I'm ready.
Come on in.
I'm ready.
Hell yeah.
Guys, welcome to a beautiful little rat food for your Thursday.
I know. How are you, my girl?
I'm really, really well. I'm in a fantastic mood.
Same.
I'm having
So am I.
a great hair day.
You are.
Yeah.
It
My
looks
hair
curled.
looks like I've curled it and brushed out the curls.
Yeah.
But I haven't.
Perfect.
Natural from God.
I was making wall art last night in my shower with my hair.
Good girl.
And I thought of you and I went, can I? Picasso and Dash. And I went, I can't. For
The
anyone
episode that
listening,
we talk about that, hasn't even dropped yet.
Oh, kidding.
But briefly explain, because we'll touch on it again.
We're just talking about when you put your hair on the shower wall. And Mel brought a question to me about how long you can leave it. And based on Mel sucking the flavour off shapes, I think you can guess maybe what her question was and what my answer was.
Do you know what I'm realising?
Yeah, tell me.
It's happened like categorically over the last few weeks of
Tell me.
records, of pod and of doing rap foods and everything. And I've gone, nah, I think it's finally happened. I
Tell
think
me.
I've gotten too comfy.
But I
Way
think that's fine.
too comfy. Is me being like, yeah, guys, I suck shapes and leave them in stacks. And then comments being like, I'm deeply upset by
Yeah.
the smell. And being like, I think this is really unwell.
Perfect.
I love to call things unwell.
Yeah, right. Where's it come from?
I don't think I've do
No.
this with you. I think I got it from my friend Eloise.
Sure.
And she'll be like, if I'm talking about something fucked that happened or like a bad one, she'll be like, no, that's unwell. That's very unwell.
No, you haven't said that to me.
No, I don't do it a lot with you, but I'm instigating unwell.
Unwell. What's a word or a statement you've taken from a friend? Do you have one?
Oh, surely. I've started doing a you. No,
I was going to say, you've taken heaps from us.
Yeah, I start saying, it's the podcast of it all. And I start saying that all the
love
time.
that.
And I say it on like the footy and mission Zach and people are just like,
What?
Yeah. Hard to know chicken or egg for that. It's like, I don't know if it came from me or Mel or
Yeah.
both because
Yeah,
we share
yeah,
a cranium. I'm trying to think. I don't say it as much, but my mate Belle says hungy, like 100%.
Oh, yeah,
And she'll be like,
yeah.
oh, hungy. And it's great.
Hunge.
What did you say the other day?
I said
that-
lich.
Oh, yeah. And I just don't know if I can do that.
For literally.
It's perfect.
Sam was like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, like lich.
No, like...
And she was
Dead.
like, pardon?
Guys, I have to tell you about a 30th I went to on the weekend because the theme was absolutely
everything.
top tier. You both get a guess. It was an obscure theme.
Okay.
What do you reckon it was for a 30th?
like movies.
Think, go deeper.
Science
think
fiction
bigger,
movies.
as they
Go
say in
there.
High School Musical 3. Pardon?
Science fiction movies.
Fantastic.
I'm going like the last letter of your name, you have to dress as something like that. Like
Fantastic.
something really rogue.
Good niche guesses. It was Nicole Kidman themed, the iconic Nicoles, because my mate Ben is deathly obsessed with Nicole Kidman.
I love that.
And so you had to dress as your favourite Nicole. I came from Hadestown, which we'll get on in a second. So it's me like panicking because I went with a bunch of mates who they do dress up like no one I've ever met before. They're the kind of people that bring a plate of wigs to parties so that people that don't have a wig, they're like, there's a backup wig, don't fuck
it's such
this
a
up for
green
us.
flag for a friendship group.
And I walk
Love
in,
to
there's
dress up.
all these different Nicoles. It was so iconic. And so I'm panicking in the Uber going, in my outfit going, Nicole Kidman white top, Nicole Kidman silk blouse, Nicole Kidman 90s, trying to match a photo of her because she's had so many looks.
So many looks.
And so many eras. I walk in, there's bunting all through the party venue of all of Nicole Kidman's iconic looks. I'll put a photo on screen. There's also a pin the wig on Nicole board for all the
that's
different
so
wigs that she's
good.
worn in her films. Then there was a Keith Urban shrine room where there was headphones that you could put on with Keith Urban's music playing.
Oh my God. Effort.
Done by my two mates, Hamish and Belle. They fucking showed up and like decked out the whole place Nicole Kidman themed.
That's
it was a perfect
incredible.
party.
So which Nicole did you end up going? It's me standing next to you on the Hadestown red carpet going, I don't think you looked like any Nicole
no,
Kidman.
I didn't.
Hold
This is my
on.
thing. I really let it down and I didn't actually go as Nicole. I said I went to Nicole as though Nicole was going to Hadestown on a random Melbourne premiere and everyone seemed to like that. But it was just absolutely perfect. It was a perfect night. I'm trying to think, have you ever been to an obscure themed party because I love an obscure theme.
Oh yeah, well my
What
friend
did you-
Tomasha's 30th was obscure
True,
as
that was that
the
long-winded name.
Fellini Feast and Flowers, and it had a 7-page event description and a 14-page Pinterest of inspiration.
It's so perfect. Have you been to a weirdly themed party?
No, you guys have the coolest friends. Like,
Well, you've never. I refuse to believe you've never been to a bizarrely themed party.
I can't remember one. I think
Yeah.
the craziest party we ever did in uni was we did like, you know how you do a pub crawl?
Yep.
We organised a house crawl.
Oh, fun.
So we
Okay.
got
That's
to, like,
pretty crazy,
5 houses,
Dom.
and it was fucked up. Like, it really was like 100 people walking like across the streets of Ballarat. Music theatre people singing
That's
as we
perfect.
100 walked to 5 different houses.
I am imagining everyone just like kind of quietly shuffling in, and then the person who's house number 5 going, "Yeah, so Lou's just there, and this is my kitchen, I guess." Like, what do you mean?
No, it was like we did themes. So like one house had like a smoke machine disco vibe.
Oh, well,
And
that's
then,
good.
but the craziest thing about it was like, 100 music theatre and actor students walking through the streets of Ballarat in the middle of the road to the next house. Like it was.
Now, I'm the most
insane.
music theatre bitch that there is, and still to me, the idea of 100 music theatre people and only music theatre people filling a party does make me
And I had a moment of Nina stressed alert at this party because
Yeah.
I went up to someone and I'll just give them a random name. I was like, "Oh my gosh, Chris, how are you, my love?" And they went, "My name's not Chris." And I went, "I've just dead named someone. I'm gonna go kill myself."
no.
And they went, "My name's Nicole." And I went, absolutely perfect. But it's me for a
I
second going.
respect it.
Because I went, "I've just dead named someone in Fitzroy. I'm gonna go end it all, I reckon."
I'm trying to think of any other. Have you been to any other extraordinarily great?
Belle always has her theme as wigs and fishnets. So it's different wigs, different fishnets every time, which is a great theme. But no.
I did a house party that was just quietly a really great house
Yeah.
party when I lived in Carlton.
Yeah.
And it was suits, boots, and lawsuits.
Oh, that was a great theme.
yeah.
That does sound cool.
That was a great thing.
And because I personally j'adore when
Yeah.
a theme can be easy or
Yeah.
you can go all
Totally.
in. Because I'm like, because now here's something.
Tell me.
I do feel like often I will not go to a costume party.
Yep.
If I've left finding a costume last minute. And so it stops me from sometimes going. And I think
Yeah.
that a lot of people that happens to.
Interesting.
So I'm like, make it low stakes, but you can go hard if you want to
Yeah.
with costume parties.
That's-
Because some people love it and some people really hate it.
Yeah. No, that's... And
But with suits, boots, lawsuits. Sorry, I didn't
no,
mean to cut you
I
off.
actually had nothing to say, so go.
I was going to say with suits, boots,
Yeah.
lawsuits, guys, rats, feel free to steal this theme. It's really
Yeah.
good. Like, everyone has like a blazer and some pants lying around. Suits,
Yeah.
so fun. Also,
Gay.
so gay. Women in suits, beautiful.
Hot.
I highly recommend doing a suits party. It's giving like Met Gala,
Literally,
gay panic.
gay
that you
panic,
talked
yep.
about. And then boots, everyone's got a pair of boots, but then lawsuits. Now that's where the creative kids can really pop off.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that's a perfect theme. I remember in year 1 going to a party for the theme was bee because her name started with B, and everyone went as like a bride, a butterfly, and it's me just trying to feel a bit different and a bit cool. And I'm like, get a life. How did I have friends? I went to mum and I was like, I'm gonna go as a box. And so mum put me in a black skivvy, black leggings, and built me a box that I wore. And I walked in and I'm like, what the fuck's up, cunts? Happy birthday, Brigitte. It was perfect. I'm like, oh, I really took those moments. It's like when we did the nativity play and everyone was like,
Yes.
I want to be Mary. And I'm like, I'm a motherfucking cow. It's like, oh, but you best believe a cow with mascara. Like there's still a femme element. Do you know what I mean?
You going as a box at like the age of 8 is the most gorgeous representation of your creative little mind.
I know.
Like, even at that age, being like, just like different.
Yeah, being
I
like,
love
I want
that.
to in a skivvy as well. The skivvy really
perfect.
slinkified it a little bit.
I had a similar when I was in. I can't believe I've never told this story.
Tell me.
More importantly, shared the visual.
Please.
Guys, when I was in like year. Oh, now when was it? I want to say it was like year 6, maybe. Year 6, year 7. And it was when people were first starting to go to like boy-girl parties.
Sure.
You know, where there were like parties also with the boys from year 6.
Yep.
And it was one of the first parties that I'd gone to that was like that. And it was a Halloween party. And so like all of my friends, and like literally as they should, were like, I'm going as Catwoman. I'm going as Poison Ivy. I'm going as Harley Quinn, like whatever. And I was like, I reckon I got the perfect thing to get these boys in my little grasps. I'm going to dress as the sexiest sex icon there ever was. Bring out Austin Powers.
Get out. Photo on screen. Will this be possible?
Photo on screen.
Photo on screen.
Currently.
Oh,
I dressed as Austin Powers to this like Halloween party where like all of us were planning on having our first kisses. And I was like, no, you're like the horny baby to these like poor like boys that were like, what?
that's perfect.
Me like rocking up to my crush and being like,
G'day.
hello.
Mel. How are we here doing what we do, and how do we not have depression hiding in the room?
know.
Because we were insufferable.
If I had a penny for every time I've said the words, I can't believe I wasn't bullied more in high school.
Ditto.
I really can't believe I wasn't bullied more in high
Maybe
school.
we were, and we just had these little earmuffs in that just sounded it all out.
Whatever.
Have you ever worn a whack costume to a party?
Nah, you got.
You're too busy walking around doing real estate tours of everyone's fucking house.
I would legit. I was the worst. We did do costume parties in uni, and I would just show up. And sometimes I would take my shirt
Being like,
off.
I'm dressed up as Tom, but
Yeah.
if he was wearing a jumper.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
I would just take my shirt off. That was the thing I used to do.
That's
And what would
guys
you say that you were dressed as?
And just Tom with no shirt, that's so boring.
That's the
I'm
most-
the
You're
worst.
everything wrong with costume
Yeah,
party goers.
exactly.
That is the most 2010 champagne showers is playing the guys have their shirts off and you're
Yeah.
drinking Smirnoff.
I'm dressed
I
as
love it.
Tom with no
And this
top
is
on.
why I don't have cool friends, and I'm not invited to cool parties like you guys.
Hey,
No.
we should throw a rat bag party.
Yeah.
And we make it like some fucked theme. Like that would be so fun. At some point I do want to do like an event or like because I got a message the other day from someone that was like you should put all the rat bag fans like into like one group chat. Like and I
Like
was
an
like
Instagram
like
channel.
an Instagram channel, like a chat.
Great
and
idea.
I was like, that is a pretty gorgeous
Yeah.
idea for, but maybe we should do a channel.
Broadcast channel.
A broadcast channel.
I'm so down
for
to do
people
that.
who like actually care.
Yeah. I'm
But
very
I thought
down
that was
for
the
that.
sweetest idea. And then I got me thinking about like we should do an event sometime. And I was like,
I love this.
Like for rat bag fans or
I
something.
love
I don't know.
this.
Like we could do like I don't know.
Anything.
World's
Yeah.
our oyster.
We'll have a sit down and a head bang later and see what we can come up with.
Let us know if that's like something that you would be at all interested in.
And let us know in the comments either on YouTube or Spotify the weirdest thing you've ever worn to a party or the weirdest theme of a
weirdest
party you've ever
theme.
been to. We're going to quickly chat in a second about Hadestown, which I saw before I then became Nicole at Hadestown. But first, here's a quick ad.
So everyone, Saturday night,
Saturday night.
where were we? Sammy Bo Bammy,
Her Madge.
Her Madge.
For those who aren't entrenched in the Melbourne theatre community, Her Majesty's Theatre, one of the big ones.
one of the big boys.
One of the big fours.
In the East End. Learned that that's what it's called. Do you know this?
No.
East End. Yeah.
Theatre District.
Yeah, Theatre
didn't know
District,
this.
Collins. It's full of them. We saw Hadestown, the musical.
Opening night.
Opening night, Melbourne opening. You've seen it before. I hadn't seen it.
Yes, I saw it on the old Broadway.
Yeah, and we went with Mission Zach because we are working with Hadestown. Quick
Yes.
disclaimer. When it came through our inbox, though, we were like, that's the easiest partnership in the
Yeah, it's
world.
perfect.
Music theatre and a show that Mel says is good. Bang, we're in.
Let's go.
Yeah. Thoughts on the
Thoughts.
musical?
I was going to say as well, we're doing a little like ad read in a couple, like maybe next week, maybe the year after. Good God.
God.
Keep them waiting.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, this is hashtag not an ad, hashtag not an ad.
Not sponsored.
Not spawn, our true thoughts.
Our true thoughts.
I had a fantastic time.
Yep.
Hadestown is such a specific show, and what I think is really cool about it is that there's not a lot like it.
I agree.
I love to go to a show
Yep.
where I go, I've never been to anything like it before.
Yep.
And that's what I've always felt about
Yep.
Hadestown.
Yep.
I mean, you had no idea what to expect going in. I'll let you speak first
Yeah.
because you had a fresher.
Of course.
I did know what to expect. I'd seen the show.
Yep.
It was a beautiful production of it. Cast was unreal. But I'm
Yep.
keen to hear your thoughts.
Yeah. I went in exactly like that with knowing that there was a lot of hype and like critically acclaimed energy behind it. I would say my overwhelming thoughts were the final 32 minutes of the show absolutely solidified and sold everything for me.
Yeah.
And it's rare. I would say, it's rare in a musical that I really, really fucking care or I'm on the edge of my seat caring about a character and a moment. Often I'm just like, I let it wash over me and go, how good was that? Is my overwhelming
Totally.
feeling. I left that going, gah!
Yeah.
And that doesn't really say much, but if
Like
you've seen...
physiological in your
Yeah.
body, you
It's-
care about these characters.
Exactly. And it's hard. I don't want to spoil it, but there's just this moment in the show that really fucking got me.
I don't think you can spoil it because I love you so much, but it was the way that when I was sitting in the audience with Sammy, because anyone, if you don't know, Hadestown is about the Orpheus and Eurydice like tale
Yes.
from that is a very famous, dare I say, could be one of the most famous like tales in like fabledom and mythology.
Yep.
And I leaned over to Tammy at interval and I was like, blah, blah, we were chatting about our thoughts. And I was like, obviously, you know how it ends, like blah, blah, blah. And Sam was like, no. And I was like, I think you're maybe the only person in this theatre who does not know how it ends.
Do you know?
No, I don't know actually. It's funny because I know a lot of the Greek ancient.
Oh, really?
But I don't know this
reckon
one.
I'm the only
Well, there
person
you
in the
go.
theatre.
Like
that
I know
would
about Oedipus and
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, well then maybe I'm a
Odysseus.
hater, but I think we can talk about the final moment because I think it's important.
Sure, go for it.
And like what's the word? If you've never seen Hadestown and you don't want to know what happens, skip this next couple minutes.
Spoiler warning.
There we go.
Go for it.
No, but I was just going to say I totally agree with you. When I saw the show on Broadway, that last moment where Orpheus, obviously the whole thing is like Orpheus goes down into the underworld to rescue Eurydice, bring her back, and Hades goes after blah blah blah. Lots of stuff happens. Hades goes, yes,
A slayified Daddy Warbucks, if I do say so myself. He did look like a slayified Daddy Warbucks.
Love that.
Continue.
That's so good. Obviously you go, you can walk back. Oh, I'll tell you, Tom. Sure. Like you can walk back from hell to regular land. Yeah. But on this like long winding road that lasts for days and days and it's really hard and it's going to be dark and everything, you cannot look behind you to see if Eurydice is following you.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
And the whole thing is like thematically about like the doubts, the inherent doubts that we have in humanity and doubts that we have in people.
Yep.
And having faith and trusting people and trusting things. And does he trust Hades and does he trust Eurydice and like Eurydice and all of this stuff. And then in the final moment, like a few steps from being like out, he turns. And that's the whole like, oh my God moment.
Yeah.
But why I bring it up specifically is because no hate, but when I saw it on Broadway, and again, it had been amped so much for me, Hadestown, I'd never seen it before. I didn't have that feeling. I didn't feel crazy when that moment happened.
Yeah.
I was like, I could take it or leave it. This Melbourne production currently, I couldn't agree with you more. That last
There was magic in it.
25 minutes, it was magic. The way they craft this sequence, particularly we were talking about the sequence of like him walking through.
The stagecraft was
just
out of
moments
this
where you
world.
see that she is behind him and then you just want to be like, you just want to scream out and be like, she's there, she's there. And then in the Melbourne production, I literally like gasped and was tears and crying and just like.
Because they just went all out. It's like every single layer of the cake slotted in well.
Yeah.
The lighting was immaculate. The staging was perfect. It was like the biggest hook of the song was playing that people know. All of it, just like the smoke on stage, it all just created this moment where I feel like the entire audience rode to the edge of this cliff and then just kind of waited for a second.
Totally.
It was terrific.
Such
Mel
a good
and
way to describe it.
Mel's so beautiful as well. It's God to be loved is to be seen. It's me sitting there like trying to take it in and then Mel like leaning over. Box of Maltesers leaning over going, this bit's important, pay attention for this bit. And it's me going, because sometimes I just let the pizzicato strings wash over me and go, what a gorgeous chord progression. It's like, it's not time to be listening to if that's E flat sus4. It's time to be paying attention to the characters. But Mel and I
when Hades was going, when you walk, if you turn. And it was me being like, this is maybe the only important bit. Right after Sammy being like, listen to those vocals. I'm like, absolutely, but listen
to this. But Mel and I were saying the musical arrangement of the show is so fucking sophisticated. There was these few moments where I was like, what the hell? It was like this droning kind of guitar that was slightly out of tune but was percussive and was linking in with one other string part and a drum, and then these like 3-part vocals that would come in and slide. It was just so sophisticated. And the lead, can we please talk about her?
Oh my God, yes.
We had the cover.
All right.
No, but Tom. We had the cover and we went, holy slamorama. She was actually...
I love when Sam says holy slamorama.
Holy slamorama. She was perfect. Perfect town.
She was
Mayor her.
astonishing. We're going to name her. Her name is Eliza Soriano.
Yep.
And good God, Eliza, if you're listening to this, I need you to know that me and my wife sat in that theatre clutching thighs, clutching each other whichever way we could every single time you opened your mouth. It was astonishing. And also, gosh, there's one thing people take away from this pod. It's that covers and swings rule the world. I'll tell you what. We just kept leaning over to each other and going, I was just like watching the choreo and I was like, she doesn't do this every night. Like that's just so cool. And the pressure, I can't imagine the pressure of doing an opening night in a city like Melbourne
Yep.
when you're not when you are the understudy or the cover.
Yeah.
And we just watched and was like, if that's the understudy or the cover,
Yep.
like that's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
It was
the
absolutely-
vocals were like creamy. It was incredible. Across the board, also like standout for me was Eleanor as Persephone.
Oh,
She was
terrific.
astounding.
Terrific. Yeah.
Just amazing. And I think, everyone can agree, just across the board, musically, this show is just super, super unique, super sophisticated, super magical in its like storytelling.
Yep.
The three fates as well, who, like are these like three gals who like sing in tight like harmonies.
Yeah.
And they kind of like around, they kind
Yeah.
of represent like, the fate.
Yeah.
And,
It was just a beautiful night
was
out.
fantastic.
At Hermage
Yeah.
with Mission Zach.
With Mission
Two
Zach.
others of the Grouse House Tom Podge family.
Tom's Girls.
Tom's
1, 2,
Girls.
3, and 4.
I love that.
It was absolutely perfect.
It was so perfect.
I've chatted about my week. I want to hear about you two.
I have something to bring to the pod
Please.
that I really want to unpack and talk about.
Please,
It's
please.
really, really important. And it's been all over my For You page, and I need to know whether you guys have seen it at all or not. Are you guys across the plus size specific mall in Bangkok,
No.
Thailand?
And see, now I'm nervous because I'm thinking it's actually not going to be that plus size. Is this part of it?
No.
It is.
Okay, so I have an entire, what's the word?
Is it called Fat Girl Mall?
Yes, so this is
Perfect.
what I want to talk about. The names of the stores are so incredible. But I have a whole thesis. I have a whole thesis on this whole plus size
me.
only mall in Bangkok, Thailand, right?
Yep.
I have a whole beginning, middle, end.
Tell me.
But I'm going to start by simply telling you
The
ne-
facts.
the facts, right? So it's in Thailand. It is a mall that is like entirely like size inclusive, right? First of all, I go, most countries could never.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, Thailand.
Yeah.
Like people in the comments are being like, this is crazy. I'm like, is this not what we've been wanting?
Yeah.
Always?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, if there was a place that I could go where just everything they
Yeah.
have in my size,
Yep.
fantastic. Now, I'm going to read out. I want us to rate. I want
Okay.
us to rate and unpack some of the names of the
no.
stores.
I'm guessing
in
they're
this
not
mall.
going to be Johnny Big and City Chic.
Is this a mall that's relatively new, or has this been around for a while and someone's just gone, guys?
I think
Yeah.
it's been around, and like I think I've discovered it on the talk.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What do we think about Pink Piggy Shop?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
get out.
What the fuck?
Pink Piggy is
Pink
crazy.
Piggy Shop.
But it is camp.
Yeah.
It almost reverses itself because it's camp. I think it's perfect.
Perfect. Right, Pink Piggy Shop. Now this one's pretty creative, actually. I think there's something in this. Power Plus girls.
Power
Power
Plus.
Plus
Oh.
instead of Power Puff.
I
fan.
appreciate
Don't hate it, but it's not funny or inclusive. So it's like,
Yeah.
Let me hit you with this one then, Fatty. How do you like Fatty and Fat Girl?
Fatty and Fat Girl is the name of the shop. Now, if we can try and find photos of these stores, let's put them on screen because that is
All of
iconic.
them have photos.
great. Send them through.
Fatty and Fat Girl is so incredible. I'm like, that's my Romeo and Juliet.
Fatty and Fat
Fatty and Fat Girl. Get me in there.
Because one of them's fatty, but one of them's fat. They're
Get
not-
this. Tom, you and I together could go here. Fat Girls and Fat Boys duo shop.
Is it called Duo Shop at the end?
No,
It's just Fat Boys
I
and Fat
had
Girls.
that. It's like sister schools. Fat Boys and Fat Girls right next to each other.
Oh my God, can't wait for them to become a bit more progressive in 3 years and it's Fat Girl, Fat Boy and Fat Non-Binary shop. Hey, they're progressive-ish.
Fat non-binary shop. This one's really nice. I like this. I like this. This one's got a bit of something to it. Plump girl shop.
Plump's good. Can I even have an opinion on this?
Yeah,
This
of
is
course
the
you can.
crazy thing.
Yeah.
Me sitting here going, yeah.
Perfect. You going, oh no, Fatty McFat Fat. I like that one.
Might just sit out for a second.
No, I mean, obviously these are all awful, but they're funny because they're so disgustingly awful.
Guys, just you wait for my thesis. You're
Okay.
not ready.
All right.
I've really prepared this chat.
Okay, great.
Get this. Fit fat.
Fit.
What an
fat.
oxymoron. I'm kidding.
Rugby league players.
I'm
I
going to
guess.
hit you with, so there's a few more and then I'm going to tell you my favourite one.
Okay.
Fat beauty, plumper girl, big sizes. Now that's just what it says on the tin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I am imagining whoever works concierge for this mall going, plumpy plump fat, that's just down by the Boost Juice. Fit fat fuck, that's just down by the mezzanine. Oh, sorry, you were wanting plump power plump girls. Absolutely. Just take the maxi elevator. Can I say that? That's fucked up. Take the maxi elevator. I can't say that.
Ken, what's the name of the food
Take
court,
the
Ken?
maxi elevator all the way down to Plump Town, and then you'll hit Fat Gut Shop.
You know where you can end? This is my favourite one. Finish your day shopping at Love Calories.
No. Are you taking a piss? Is that real? No, be fucking for real right now. Is that real?
It is 100% real. I have a photo. Pics on screen.
It's just a different culture, isn't it?
Love Calories is so funny to me.
Let's not to get into the nitty gritty. Not to get into the nitty gritty. I'm assuming that with a lot of these, it's also a translation thing.
So yes. So this is what I then was intrigued about, right? I was like, oh wow. I was like, a cultural difference about how we talk about fatness.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
I was like, literally how. And then I was like, I kind of don't know where to begin, because also I was looking in the comments, right?
Yeah.
And I loved this comment. So this gives some context. So this person is Thai. They said, in Thai, we do have alternative words for fat to make it appear less rude, and we do use them often. But in English, we were taught these words literally, like fat, thin, tall, short. So we use it just like that. And I loved that comment because it made me think. I was like, that is where we're trying to go.
Yeah, because fat's not negative. It's not
Fat
a negative
is not,
word.
when it's so interesting, right, that we have these reactions and we all were like, how funny is that? How ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like, it's actually just, and it is inherently funny. Don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to make this a serious Sally thing. It's really funny. But I do find it really interesting that in a country that is not westernized and isn't English, they're like, yeah, the fat shop. For fat people, the same way that
Skinny Me Tea exists.
Skinny Me Tea exists.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was really fascinating. I was like, I wonder if we'll ever get to a point where we have the plus size mall, or we have Fatty McFat Fat, and it's like, because that's just the name of a shop. But it was, I was more intrigued about how we talk about bodies and how in different cultures, what that can look like and why.
What's the overwhelming reaction to this? Is it positive? Is it negative? Where are people
I would
sitting?
say pretty negative.
Yeah.
Which is why I think is funny. Like, all of the comments are like, I would like, oh my God, this would make me want to die. Oh my God, even just this, like, I couldn't walk in, like, blah, blah, blah. And it made me think, the other thing that's crazy, can't believe I forgot to mention this, they also have a scale in the middle of the mall.
See, but that's where I go, but why?
That part, a little bit crazy.
That part is crazy.
It made me think about something that happened to me. I want to say, because I feel I'm now to a point in like my life where the word fat is pretty neutral to me, and I've done a lot of work to like get to that point. Like, I don't use it derogatorily about other people. I don't use it derogatorily about myself. It's literally a descriptor, right?
Yep.
And it's really funny though, because it made me think about we're in this really tricky moment, I think, in society where that's all well and good that I'm comfy with that.
Yep.
But me confidently calling other people fat who may not be comfortable with that label, that descriptor, is maybe not the best thing to do. But then it's hard because I go, but I do feel like the more that people do it, the more normalizing it is. And it destigmatizes it, right? But the reason I bring it up is because I had this anecdote. I remember it would have been maybe 5 years ago or something. I got a text message from a friend of mine who is also fat. We worked together. And it was this beautiful message that was like, dear fellow fatty, I'm like hosting this event that like Fat Girls Dinner to be like a healing, gorgeous,
I love that.
like event with like me and all my mates who are also fat to like have a night where like we feel like we can chat about our experience being like fat in this world. And like, it was this beautiful thing. And I was like, it is an offer inherently I'm so obsessed with. But I was like, I looked at that first like, this is a fat dinner. And I was like, and it really like, it was at a time that I wasn't comfy using that word. And I just think it's really, I don't really know what the answer is, but I just think it's an interesting thing to think about. Like how we talk about other people's bodies, and in this phase where we're trying to be neutral about words, but not everyone feels that way.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
How do you feel about, also recognise that was the boldest thing for me to say maxi lift before as a skinny
was
person.
perfect.
Just need to.
No, I think it's
probably
funny.
not right for me to have said that, but you opened up the floor,
No,
so I
it was
joined
perfect.
in.
Guys, no one cancel my wife for saying maxi lift. I allow it.
No, I know. Do you feel differently about someone that is skinnier calling you fat v someone that is fat? You've nodded your head, Tom.
Yeah.
With if we're saying that fat isn't positive nor negative, it's just a neutral term, the same way we call someone having brown hair or being tall or short. Would you find it more offensive, or do you feel weirder about it if someone was like, oh yeah, so and so my mate who's fat, but they're skinny?
100% for better
Yeah.
or for worse. One feels inclusive and the other feels pointed.
Sure.
Maybe it shouldn't be that way, but sure. I think it's inherently like, if a larger gentleman was like, g'day fatty, how you doing? It's like, we're bros.
Yeah,
we
of
shop
course.
at Johnny Big together. We're bros, you know.
Totally,
Whereas someone
totally.
really skinny, it's like, oh, well, you're immediately pointing that out about me.
Totally.
How can it
Yeah.
not feel
Totally.
pointed?
Yeah.
Maybe that's not right, but
No.
Yeah.
No, well, I think it's really interesting.
How
And I
about
think,
you, Mel?
Well, I think like a lot of things, there's no one answer
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
everyone. Like
Yeah.
obviously everyone has a really different relationship with it. It was something I chatted about with Sarah quite a bit at the start of our relationship, because we have really, 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 really different body types. And she asked me point blank, and she was like, we had a big discussion about the neutralization of the word fat, etc., and how healing it can be, and my journey with it and where I'm at with it. And she asked me straight out, she was like, how do you feel about me using that word to describe you? And I was like, I think there was a bit of a transitionary period from memory where I wasn't super comfy with it, and now I am.
Interesting.
So it's kind of like a journey. I mean,
journey.
I feel like you talk about me as being fat, and that doesn't bother me. Maybe it's contextual. Maybe it's got to do with like how.
Yeah.
And I think my comfort with the language and.
I think for me as well, you have taught me a lot about what, like, feeling comfortable in saying the word fat.
Yeah.
I probably remember when we met, I would have referred to someone that was fat as someone that's a bit bigger bigger, whereas my language is
size,
or plus
maybe.
size,
Yeah.
whereas my language has changed since then.
Yeah.
I was just interested to find out, like it coming from a skinny person versus someone that is fat, like if it feels different. And I know that you obviously said,
Yeah, and like just putting it out there as well, I feel like for me personally, like no one ever talks about it. I feel like in general people try not to talk about other people's weight. I feel like that's a thing.
Yeah.
For better or for worse. Right?
Yeah.
So I feel like the chances of someone commenting on my weight, even a close friend, is very, very
Totally.
rare.
Yeah.
But however, if I've lost a bit of weight, which I have lost 20 kilos recently, every Tom, Dick and Harry's on it first thing they say
And isn't
about
that
me.
so interesting?
Yeah, and I take it as a compliment, obviously.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
only because the way society
Well,
Yeah.
well,
frames
it's
it.
just so interesting. Like, obviously, like people lose weight in a number of different ways, but like people don't know how people are losing weight.
Yeah.
People don't know if they're doing it in a way that's healthy. And it's like, it's the straightaway congratulations, or like, you look amazing. And it's like, I just look smaller.
Yeah, and I could
And
be
it's
really
like-
sick, like you said. Yeah.
Totally. And like 9 times out, that's why like when, like commenting on people being like you look so like, I don't know, it's so hard. I'm not at all like, you can never comment on weight loss, because of course like if a friend like is like healthily like doing that and you want to like commend them on their hard work.
Yep.
I don't know. It's really, really hard. It's
really
complex.
fucking tricky. And it's fun to hyper made up about their body regardless of their size. Like if they're in an outfit that looks
Totally.
fucking banging and their hips look hot or their tummy looks great or their tits look fire,
Yeah.
you want to be able to say that. But it is a tricky thing.
Yeah.
I'm gagged that mall exists.
How good is it?
I'm also like, I want to...
Did I say moo moo? That was my last favorite.
Right.
Right.
Did I say moo moo?
No, I don't think
I
you did.
didn't
That's a
include moo
funny
moo.
one.
That
perfect.
Now, what I think, if you are Thai Air or some Thailand airline, I think you should pay to send Mel to go and review each shop and do vox pops.
Please.
I'll be the camera woman.
Please.
She'll be in front of the camera. We'll go as a crew and we'll film you in Fat Mall. What's it called again?
Do you know what? Fact check. I'm going to tell you. It's somewhere on my... It is called Krung Thong Plaza. Sounds a bit like crouton, but maybe that's just because I'm fatty. Krung Thong.
What was the one that was like calorie not? Or
Love
something?
calories.
Right.
Love calories.
Yeah, it's perfect. Another thing that I found really fascinating about it, where I was like, how interesting the crossover of languages is I loved this comment that was like, fat, in inverted commas, in Thai language is not always in derogatory term. I was like, English could never.
Yep.
We call our partner fat /pig /tiny as nicknames. In a cute way, no matter what shape you are, can be called both. Some of our real names also directly translate to the word fat. And I just found that fascinating.
Yeah, that I had no idea.
Yeah, and so it was like this kind of thing of being like, little piggy, little fatty.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all these stores, all they're trying to say is Lil Diva.
Yeah, Lil Diva indeed.
So guys, what do we reckon? Group venture to Thailand plus size mall?
I'm absolutely in. I'm absolutely in.
Yeah?
That is insane.
By then, Tom will be needing to go to Skinny Boy and I can go to Fat Girl. And where can you go, girl?
I don't know. Flat, stiff as a board, dry hair, thin hair.
Samosa
Not a lot
titties.
going on up there, mall. Samosa tits. Shop. Literally.
Guys, I think
Literally.
that's our gorgy little rat food wrapped.
Oh.
What are we eating for rat food today?
Well, I personally don't like calories, so fuck you guys. I'm probably having a skinny meat. I'm absolutely joking. Fuck weight loss products. What am I? Me caveating like the rats obviously know that. They know our brand. No time for caveats.
No time for caveats.
I'm eating
no
caviar.
More caveats.
No caveats, caviar. with a side
Caviar
of
instead of your caveats. I'm eating. What am I eating?
This answer really matters, Mel.
Yeah, fuck, it's high stakes, isn't it? I'm eating the top that you wore to Hadestown because it looked so delicious on you.
It looks like silk butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, yum.
Tommy?
Do you know what my wife made me?
What?
Which I thought was really weird, and I'm still coming to terms with it. She chopped up capsicum and made a guacamole. And that's my lunch I'm going to eat straight after this.
Oh, yummy. Like dipping your capsicum in guacamole.
I guess so, yeah.
Yum.
That's
sounds
out
good.
there.
I like that. Fuck,
Yeah.
you're pretty crazy.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
Red
what the hell?
or green capsicum?
Red.
The most
I'm just
elite
asking
capsicum.
that to ask a question, not because I care, but just to flesh it out a bit. Good on you.
I don't think
won't-
we need to flesh out. We're over time.
Oh.
Guys, see you on Monday.
Hell yeah.
See you on Monday. What do we have coming out on Monday? Oh, Eloise F-Toss episode.
Eloise F-Toss episode. Final fact to leave you with: a kid bought 80,000 lollipops with his mum's Amazon account, and they all rocked up to her doorstep in Kentucky because Amazon, you can just click a button and order to your heart's content, and he ordered 80,000.
How much?
$7,000 worth.
Wow.
Seven grand.
$7,000 worth of lollipops.
Yeah. So
Hell
if you've got online shopping open, close it. Do parents listen to our pod? Probably not. Anyway, see you later.
We'll see you on Monday for our episode with Eloise F-Toss.
Yeah.
Please go send this ep to someone if you want to share the
Yeah.
love. Let us know anything in the comments.
Absolutely. To anyone that sees our pitch deck, we are absolutely still emerging. Say, oh, fuck, I had a funny joke and I've just lost it. No. Anyway, I had a funny goodbye sentence, then I fucked it. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
This is a Grouse House podcast.
Mel and Sam would like to acknowledge that this podcast was created and recorded on stolen land.
The original custodians of this land have had a rich history of storytelling for over 65,000 years, and we pay our respects to the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, whose land we are making rat bag on.
Treaties were never signed, sovereignty was never ceded, always was and always will be Aboriginal land.